All right, I'm going to try just a really brief explanation and see if we can't make some sense out of the circles and this notation. Okay, to start with, this means intersect, right? So that's something that's in both sets. So A is this circle, obviously, B is this circle. So A intersect B is going to include those little boxes that are in both A and B. So that would be this box and this box. So A consists of all these four boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4. B consists of these four boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4. But these two are the only two that are in the intersection. So there would be two items in the intersection of A and B. Now here's this little tick mark, right? When you read that, you should say in your little whisper reading voice in your head, A intersect not B, or the complement of B. So let's just think about what's the complement of B. Well, if this is B, everything that's not B is going to be this. So this is B, this is B, this is not B, or the complement of B. So A intersected with not B, well, everything that's not in B are these three, and two of those that are also in A would be these two. So these two boxes are in A and also overlap with not B. So that would also be two elements. If you look at these down here, a couple other examples, this is a union. And if I said A union C, then that would just mean everything in A and C, not the intersection of them, but all of them. So it would be everything in A as well as everything in C, but just don't count those twice. So I would say it would be 6, would be my best guess here. And if I wanted to do A union C prime or not C, I would say it's all of A and then intersect with everything that's not intersect, but union with everything that's not in C. So it would be this, this, and this. A or not C would be those three things, and also these two. Because it's not in C would be, not in C would be these three, and in A would be these four. Okay? And union means it can be in either set, either or. So it would be these three, because those are the ones that are in not C, added on to all four in A. Just don't count this one twice. One way that I explain this to high school kids is I'll say, what if you wanted to go to prom and you said, I would be willing to go with a boy who is, like, I'll go to prom with someone if they are tall and dark and handsome and athletic. All four things, right? You may or may not get a prom date because you're being pretty picky, right? Tall, dark, handsome, athletic. They have to be all four of those things. Good luck, right? If you say and between those things, that's intersection. So it has to be all of those, right? If you say or, I would go to prom if I could go with someone who is tall or dark or handsome or athletic. That means they could be tall, but none of the other things. They could be athletic, but be short and not dark and not handsome. Does that make sense? So the or is really inclusive, and that includes everything that's in any one of those sets. And the upside down U is the one that's more restrictive, and we're saying that's just the overlap of those two groups. So this last one here says A and B and C. So intersect those three, like tall and dark and handsome. So what little squares are in all three of those? Just one, right? There's only one of those squares that's in all three of those, in A and in B and in C. Now if I said A, B, and C prime, then I would have an overlap between A and B, which right now is these two, right? And then everything that is not C. So that would be just this one. The overlap that's in both, because this is an upside down U, would just be, not C would be just one thing. But it would be this one instead of this one. I don't know if that's helpful or not. I hope so.